Hi, Lonna here. Well, welcome to our stay-at-home workout video number 5. I call it the balancing act. You know, I hear it all the time. I've never been able to balance. I can't balance. Well, I truly believe that every one of us can learn how to balance. And we do need to learn. It takes a lot of preparation, and it's definitely a mind-body activity. We need a lot of different parts of the body to work in concert in order to balance, beginning with the feet, the ankles, working our way up the chain to the hips and the pelvic floor and the abdominals. And the other thing to note is that most of us find that we have one side of the body that performs better than the other. I know I do, and most of us do. What we typically do is when we start balancing, we start on the side that seems to work the best. But what I suggest is that you start on the side that doesn't work so well, get that one to perform, and then I think you're going to be on your way a little bit easier. So do keep that in mind. In addition to all that, you need to be very focused, and you need to be determined to succeed. And I say that because most of the time I always say, well, I can't balance, I've never been able to balance. Well, yes, you can, but you need to have that determination to succeed. When you feel yourself faltering or fumbling, then you need to learn to recover. What we do is we generally give in to it, but I suggest that you do everything you can to recover that balance and go from there. So as we get started today, we're going to use a lot of different props. So I'll have you see what you've got around in the house, and if you don't have them this time, you can collect them for the next video. So we're going to move over to what I call my little exercise station. And incidentally, this little step ladder is great. It's great for balancing and great for hanging out. So anyway, you will need some different stretch bands. We have different sizes, different lengths, different intensities, and of course we have them here, because I like to use the bands. The other thing I like is the magic ring, the magic circle. This is a nice thing to use. And if that doesn't work for you or you don't have it, then I like the soft ball or a pillow, or look around the house. You certainly got things you can use. And then try to find something you can stand on, whether it be a box or a book. I'm sure we don't have the large dictionaries anymore, but if you have one somewhere in your archives, that's a good one to use. Or actually the bottom if you have a series of steps in your house, that's a good thing to do. Then I also like the half roller, and I really feel that every home should have a half roller. And I like to use both sides for balance, and of course we use it for other exercises as well. Then of course I like the wedge for the calves, and I think that if you don't have a wedge, you just get along without it, or you can actually pick one up here. Then you need a lot of different foot devices, and that can be either like a tennis ball or one of the little rollers here, or a small ball. I really feel that it's important to get the feet and the ankles all prepared before you go anywhere else with balance. So having said that, we're actually going to start right at the very bottom of our structure, and that's going to be our feet and ankles. So I'm going to use one of these little knot-out balls, and notice that I'm holding on. This is not when you want to start to balance. I'm going to hold on. I'm really going to apply a little bit of pressure as I do this. I like to go all the way to the toes and wrap them around, and then all the way to the heel. Once the foot is stimulated, you are going to find that it's going to serve you much better, and you will be much more successful at balance. And then we'll do the other side. And you know what? Notice when you come off of having stimulated the foot, notice how different it feels from the other foot that hasn't been done yet. And you need to do both feet, and if one foot is a little sluggish, a little lazy, then spend more time with it. You should do this every day. The feet need our attention. Joseph Pilates started all of his work on the reformer with footwork. The feet are our bottom structure, and they need to be more functional and stronger, and the arches need to be stimulated. All right, so we'll start with that. And then from there, we need to make sure that our ankles are prepared. And I'm going to use the wedge. Generally speaking, our calves are tight and our ankles are tight. So I'm going to use the wedge, and I'm going to put one foot back. I'm holding on now. This is your preparation for balance. This is like preparing a meal. You start with your one thing and then go from there. Okay, I'm gonna put this other leg forward. I'm gonna square the hips, bend the forward knee, and right away I've got a nice significant stretch back there. I'm gonna rise up to the balls of the feet and then purposely roll through the foot and anchor the heel. I'm gonna come up again and down. And of course, it's always good if you're thinking about anything that would enhance an activity is the breathing. One breath to move you into one direction, another breath to move you in another. I like to hold the last one, try to kind of get a little bit more intensity and breathe. You're going to be so much more prepared. Then while you have your wedge, you'll take the same foot, put the instep on top and press down. Now this can also be done on the floor. Now I'm just gently pressing down, and this is what we call plantar flexion. We don't do enough of it, but we need to. You'll be really happy that you did, because your balance is going to be that much more successful. All right, we'll do the other side. So we start with the 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. We'll bend the forward knee. We'll rise up in the back of the foot and come back down. We're coming up and back down. And remember, if you're tight in the calf, you're gonna have your back leg much more forward. And I like to hold the last one. Try to see if I can kind of get a little bit more press, a little bit more anchoring of the heel. I'm gonna really reach the heel back, and then I'll take the foot on top of the instep and I'm gonna press down. I do this stretch often because it is rather intense, and if you're not doing it often enough, you're not gonna like it. You need this stretch, trust me. And then we'll release. All right, so feet and ankles, number 1 for balance. Then we need to use our magic circle, and if not available, use a soft ball or a pillow that you could sort of kind of fold over. So I'm gonna put this just above my ankles. Make sure that it's level to each other. So working up the chain, the other parts of the body that are very critical for balance are the big muscles out here. We call these the glute medius, and then of course around at the back. As you use these outer muscles, you're also going to use the inner muscles. Those are your adductors. These muscles are critical for balance. They work together as partners, just like the quads and the hamstrings. So I'm gonna hold on, you're not balancing yet. And what I'll do is I'm gonna press into the circle from up here and not the ankles. Now the ankles will sort of move, but they're not to roll in. And then you're going to release it. An interesting concept for you, and that is you need to always be able to release if you want to create engagement. You need the two together. So I'm going to engage. I've got these, in fact, I've even got my hands here where you can hold on. I've engaged these muscles are also engaged. Then I'm going to pull up the pelvic floor and pull up the rest of my trunk, engage a lot of my core muscles, including the spine muscles. Then I'm gonna release it all. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna use my exhale as I press and lift. And then you release. So this concept is what I call outside to inside, inside to inside and up, all right? Outside to inside, inside to inside and up. So now all of that, put that together, and on an exhale, press outside, inside, inside and up, and release. So by now you should feel that there's some stuff going on out here and also the inner thighs. Now to advance this, you can go ahead and press in and then rise up to the balls of the feet. I'm holding on. Press in even more so you have a little more activation. Muscles are warming up. They might even be a little rebellious by now. And then you slowly roll down, but keep your height through your trunk. Now, release it all. Just let them go. You need the balance between the two. Use your exhale to press, push away the floor and lift. Hold it here. Why not you press in a little tiny bit more and breathe. Feel those muscles working. And release. All right, this is one of my favorite activities. Now, by now, I'm hoping that you are aware that these muscles are warmed up and they're sort of maybe talking at you. All right, now, the other thing I like is one of the stretch bands, and there's a variety of things to do with these, but I want to show you how I like to use this for our preparation for balance. I'm going to take a chair because in the fact that we're not prepared yet for balance, it'd be silly to start to kind of put that up. So I'm going to sit down, and I'll put this in one, and then the other. This is going to be just above the ankles, all right? Then I'm going to stand up. I want to have enough space between the feet so I have a little tension in the band. Now, lift yourself up. You're going to take small little steps to the side. Step, step, step. That's it. Now, definitely you got to feel these guys talking at you. All right, we'll go the other way. Keep tension in the band. As you do this, if you keep the steps small enough, you will find that your upper body won't be adding it into its, there. I'll do another set. Now by now, these muscles are working, and in fact, you'll notice I have my hands here, kind of as a reminder to keep them working. In fact, like I say, they can even get fatigued by now and relax. All right, well hold on, we'll take this off. Now there's one more I'd like to share with you in terms of preparing for balance, and that is a box or a book or something to give you elevation. Hold on, please. This is not balancing yet. This is your preparation. This is like gathering all your ingredients for a recipe. All right, so we're going to step up. I'm holding on. All right, from here, I'm going to let my hip drop down. So now this hip is dropped down, but what's really working is this other muscle. And then with that muscle, I'm going to lift the hip back so that my hip bones are going to be level. I'll let the hip drop down again. Incidentally, this leg is straight, all right? Then I'm going to lift it up. This is called a hip dip. Down and up. This is probably one of the best little exercises for you to get this outer muscle that's lazy, passenger all through our life, and you need to use it. All right, now on that last one, I'm going to hold it, and my standing leg is really working, and my foot and ankle is really working. And it might very well be that you would like to challenge yourself now. So what I mean by that is hold that position and see if you can let go. There it is. Now, I kind of wobbled a little bit, but I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to recover, and here I am. Wobbly, wobbly foot, wobbly ankle, because it's all part of balance. Okay, now, that has got to really be a working muscle. All right, we'll do the other side, obviously. And as I suggested earlier, you know that one side of the body performs better than the other, so start with the side that is a little less of a performance. All right, I'm going to drop my hip. You can kind of see how that hip goes out. Now I'm going to use this muscle to pull up to neutral again. This other leg is relaxed, and then hopefully your posture is good. Let it come down, let it come up. Now I do have one other little recommendation. Do indeed watch that your standing leg does not hyperextend. See, I can actually hyperextend. So keep your knee pulled up with your quadricep, your body weight on the center part of the foot. Lower and lift. This guy's really working here now. Lower, there's your hip dip, and lift, and lift down, and up. Now I'm gonna hold it there. I've got this muscle inspired and my inner thigh, and I've pulled up through the pelvic floor. I'm gonna get my focus, my determination to succeed, and I'm letting go. And I'm breathing. Up, there it is. I'm gonna recover, I'm not done yet. Recover, and release. All right, now, these guys are really not real happy, but we need those for balance. All right, now one more thing is we really wanna make sure that our abdominals are helping, that they're critical for balance. Now I'm gonna use the stability disc. Now, some of you might not have one, but again, very important part of your household workstation. I'm going to put it on the chair over here, and I'm going to sit on it. We also can stand on it, of course. I'm going to sit on it. All right. I'm going to take my hands at the side of the chair, and I'm pulling up so I'm not slumping into my lower back. So I'm really pulled up. Now, the minute I do that, my abdominals have engaged. I'm hoping that maybe yours too. All right, this is what we call a little knee lift. It's a very small. And so I'm going to just take one leg and do a little lift and bring it down. A little lift and bring it down. Now, if your chair is too low, you're going to feel too much hip flexor. You need to be high enough and lift it up enough. And then you need to make sure that you have a connection with your abdominal muscles. That's your mind-body connection. So I'm going to do a few more. I'm going to lift and lower. And I'm breathing and lower. Now my abdominals are really working, and so I'm hoping that you are meeting with that success, because they need to be really a part of this. All of the muscles we've been working, from the feet, the ankles, the glutes, and the adductors, pelvic floor, abdominals, all part of being able to balance. All right, so now I know that they're turned on, and that's what we want. All right, so now let's put this all together, and I'm going to show you some exercises in a progressive manner that you can go ahead and put all of this information to work. So coming over to my little place where I can balance. Now you could hold on to a wall, you can hold on to the counter at the sink, you can hold on to a banister, you can hold on to a chair, but you need to have something to hold on to. So given all of that, we're going to take 1 foot forward and 1 foot directly behind. So this is what we call a narrow base of support. And so what it does now is you should feel like if you've got these muscles pulled in, the inner thighs are almost like they're crisscrossed, and then I am pulled up. Now, before I even go anywhere else, I can feel my feet and my ankles really working. I'm gonna get myself focused and let go and breathe. All right, now I started to fumble, so I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna hold on. Remember to hold on and not just try to find your balance. Hold on, assemble, get organized, get focused, determination, and there it is. And release. Now you should have felt everybody working together. That's like a real team effort. All right, now we go the other way. Now with this stance, oftentimes we have more weight on the back leg, which is fine. You could also shift your weight a little forward. That's fine too. All right, now here's the other side. Gather all of your muscles, send the message. This is your mind-body connection, determination to get the job done, and there you are. And there's going to be wobbling. Okay, that's good. All right, now let's do a couple more things. This is a progression now. So if this is working for you, get yourself situated with the other foot forward. All right. Now let go. Take the forward foot and place it directly behind. All right. Now that action in itself is very challenging, very challenging. And if it didn't work, let's try it again. Remember, each side of the body and my abdominal muscles are really working here now. I'm going to take the forward foot and hopefully, with the determination, we're going to put it behind. Make sure the feet are straight on. And the feet and ankles are terribly busy right now. They're moving all over the place. That is why I strongly suggest that you always prepare from the bottom up. All right, that's another idea for progression. All right, here's another idea. All right, let's get the ball out of the way so there's no hazardous things there. This ball is attracted to me. Okay, all right, here we are again, 1 foot in front of the other. I'm holding on. This is again important that you're not starting to balance it as you move into different progressions. I'm taking the forward foot and putting the toe on top of the other foot, which means now I'm standing on one leg and I've got to alert all of these muscles, my outer hip, my inner thigh, abdominals, and I'm holding on and I'm sending messages. I think I've got everybody listening. I'm gonna let go. All right, now I started to falter. I'm going to come right back to it. And notice I held on. I didn't try to just do it without. Hold on. Get yourself organized. Put it together. And there it is. Foot and ankle. All right, then we'll go the other side. Here we are. Now, if for some reason that doesn't work, stay on the side that you're on until you get it to work, even for 2 seconds before you go to the other side. That's what we generally do, is go right to the other side. No, stay on that side. So I'm going to put my foot on top. And I'm going to get this muscle to loosen. I'm going to pull up. Actually, another thing that I find helpful is to picture yourself balancing. I'm picturing myself balancing. I'm going to trust that I have all muscles on board. I'm working my abdominals like crazy. I'm breathing. Foot, ankle working. and release. Okay, now you can do that more and more and more and more. Now let's take this another step further. I'm going to actually, yeah, we can hold on to this. We're going to actually take this a little bit further. So I'm going to take one, keep your standing leg close to where you're balancing. Fold the knee up, reach it behind in what we call a step back lunge. Bring it up and bring it back down. What do I need? I need all the same muscles. I'm holding on as I get the body prepared for where we're going. Up and down. So anytime you add more motion, there's going to be, all right, there. Now, I'm going to see if I can get myself all organized and prepared so I no longer have to hold on. So I'm going to lift the leg and put it back. All right, I'm kind of fumbling a little bit, so before I go again, I'm going to get organized. I'm going to lift the leg and fold it back. Lift the leg and fold it back. All right. Well, now let's check out the other side. All right. Now have yourself hold on before you go. Otherwise, I think you're going to feel very frustrated. So you'll notice I'm holding on, getting the body prepared, getting my head prepared, wrapped around it and back. All right. Coming up and back. I have my abdominals working. I have my outer hip working, my inner thigh working, and back. Now, I'm not feeling quite ready yet to let go. I'm not ready yet, so I'm going to keep going until I feel like I've got all the connections. All right, coming up and back. Coming up and back. Up and back. And up and back. This leg is really working. It's not really happy right now, but that's what we want. All right, so those are some different ways in which you can advance and progress the work. Now, if you're looking for more, here's another idea for you. Come back to the exercise where one foot was in front of the other. All right, remember, narrow base of support is very challenging, but what it does do is it really equips you to get all these muscles together. All right, so now take your arms and fold them up like so. That action in itself is going to be challenging. Now, I've got a lot of muscles working, feet, ankles, everything. Now, I'm going to make very small rotation to one direction, trying to keep the hips forward. My feet are really working. And forward. And then going into the other direction. And forward. A lot of work going on here. Balance, whoa, I recovered. Balance is very focused, and it can be very tiring. But that's good. We need to that. Now I'm going to bring the arms down slowly, not to disturb my balance, and relax. All right, I'm going to the other side here now. These are just different ways that you can challenge yourself as you find yourself really getting better. There's no one who can't learn how to balance. All right, now I'm going to do this first. I've got everybody working. I'm going to bring my arms up, but this time I want to change the order. All right, that's hard to do. All right, I'm focusing. Small rotation. Doesn't have to be big. And then the other direction. Boy, muscles are really working. But that's what we want. We want to work. And they can go more sets. Take your arms down slowly and release. You want something even more? Come back, hold on. Take the one foot on top of the other. All right. Gather all your troops. Balance. All right. Now, you can have the arms the same way we just did, or you can have them spaced out. Whoopsie. Oopsie. I'm going to recover. Notice when I recovered, I grabbed something so that I can get organized again, right there. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little rotation and breathe. And then a little foot and ankle is working. Right. Back to center. And relax. Woo! Then you should feel very successful. Yeah. Okay, we're going to do the other side here now. And remember, if one side is underperforming, spend more time with it. All right, so I'm going to, now notice again, I'm holding on. I'm not putting myself in position I'm getting prepared and organized for success. I'm holding on, pulling up. I'm going to bring my arms out. Remember, this is just an option. These are just different ideas for you. I'm focusing, I'm determined. I'm going to add a little tiny bit of rotation. Coming around to add another little bit of rotation. Oh man, the muscles are working, but that's what we want. You can do more repetitions. Bring the arms down slowly and carefully and with control, and bring yourself down. Now, you want more challenge yet? Well, here's the half roller. You can use it both ways, but today, we're gonna use it this way here. So all the exercises we've done this far on the floor can be done on the roller. Notice I'm holding on. I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other. I'm probably gonna have a little space. All right, before I even think about letting go, I'm gonna get organized. Feet, ankles, outer glutes, inner thighs, outside to inside, inside to inside and up. And breathe. All right, I think I got it together. So I'm going to let go. And the roller really forces your feet and ankles to really work over time. But that's important because you're going to just be that much better for you, and you'll be keeping yourself safe from falling. Okay, I'm going to step off, hold, and change. All right, once again, I'm going to prepare and organize. I got all the ingredients in the bowl. I'm beginning to mix them up. All right, and here I am. Oh, lots of motion, but that's what you want. The roller is going to move. That's the purpose. And then you could do all kinds of advanced work on the roller. For example, you can go back to this right here. One foot on top of the other. Get your standing leg and all the other muscles on board. When you feel that you are organized, you have your focus, your determination to succeed, and you let go. All right, so I faltered a little bit. I'm not gonna stay with it. All right. I'm going to try the other side. Remember, one side works better than the other. Spend time on the side, on your non-favorite side. All right, I've got outer glute, inner thigh, holding up through the trunk, breathing and focus, determination. This is going to be it now. I've got it all organized. I'm going to let go. Foot, ankle, working like crazy. And relax. Now I'm going to offer one more suggestion. Obviously you can do many more different variations. If you happen to have something soft to stand on, like I have a soft mat here, that makes the balance even more challenging. So for example, and of course they're both Sue's, for example, on the very soft mat, so I'm going to try my front to back. Now I actually would like to have myself hold on a bit initially, but there it is. And I want you to notice how much motion is going on here now. My whole body is moving. My abdominals are quivering, and I'm breathing, and I'm succeeding. I can bring my arms up. I can do, whatever I want to do. I can hold a dowel and do rotation. Or I can take the forward foot and put it behind. A lot of motion, lots of motion. If ever there was one exercise that embodies many, many different muscles, it is balancing. So those are just some ideas and a progression for those of you who have always said, I've never been able to balance. I will guarantee that you will learn how to balance and be able to balance. And I'd love to hear from you. So thank you. Be on your way.